Look, I've got to say, for a country with record debt after a decade of deficits, we seem to have, I reckon, some weird spending priorities. Another $20 million today to try to bolster the recycling industry. Look, who wouldn't like recycling? We'd all love recycling, wouldn't we? There should be more of it. But it's got to pay its way. We already have massive local government and state government interventions to recycle drink containers and collect all our recyclable waste. Surely that's enough to give the industry a head start. But no, more federal money is tipped in today. When you think about how much money this nation has spent on climate policies, what it's done to our energy prices and how it's done nothing for the environment because global emissions continue to rise, you can't help but think a lot of this spending, a lot of this government action is designed for the optics. Governments can't tell us what the problem is or how they'll solve it. They just want to take action to demonstrate their heart is in the right place. Let's make multi-billion-dollar gestures to show we care about climate change. Let's spend millions to show we like recycling. What we so often are missing in all of this is an assessment of the costs versus the benefits. Sure, we know what the costs are, but please detail for us the benefits. What are the outcomes? And this is why I worry about our latest commitment for aid in the South Pacific. Don't get me wrong, I'm all in favour of sensible levels of foreign aid, especially in the Pacific. We're a big power in this region, we're a former colonial power, and we ought to be helping this region every way we can. But what do Pacific nations need most? They need good governance, first and foremost, so that they get bang for every buck they spend in every way. And with that good governance, they need better education and healthcare, they need to root out corruption, foster private ownership of property and successful businesses. Yet our new aid fund will focus on climate change. Why? Not because Australia can do anything much to change the climate, not because there's any evidence that Pacific nations are suffering from global warming, just because it's the political fashion, because for years there's been talk about rising oceans and because gestures in this area make all the right noises politically and diplomatically. I don't begrudge Pacific nations $1 of Australian aid, and each Pacific nation has its own challenges. But overall, their most serious threats are poor governance, low education opportunities, substandard health outcomes, and a lack of jobs and career options for their people. Until they deal with these challenges, climate change is the least of their worries.